What's up guys, welcome back to Theory Hammer, where today we are continuing our 10th edition Warhammer 40k index reviews with 1,000 Suns. These guys are basically like sorcerers, they're wizards. They are wizards, Harry. They are wizards in space. They're space wizards. So we're going to go over those guys today. Be sure to like this video, drop a comment down below, tell us what you think of the 1,000 Suns or if you play them. Personally, I think they're pretty hard, but you tell me down below. Also, be sure to hit that bell icon as well, that way you can always get notified each time we have a new video out. Check out the rest of our playlist, we have a bunch of different videos out there and we release new content pretty regularly. So, we're going to go right into it. These are the 1,000 Suns. They are 1,000 Suns. And this is what they do. Cabal of Sorcerers is your army rule. If your faction is 1,000 Suns, at the end of your command phase, each model from your army with this ability that is on the battlefield, excluding battle shocked guys, generates you a number of Cabal points equal to the number shown in its ability. So, if your Cabal of Sorcerers 2, it generates you 2 Cabal points. The combined total is your Cabal pool. During the battle round, you can use rituals from the list below, deducting the Cabal points cost of each one from your Cabal pool. If you do not have enough Cabal points for a ritual, you cannot use it. That's pretty obvious. Each ritual can only be used once per phase. At the start of your next command phase, your Cabal pool resets to 0. Each time you use a ritual, select 1,000 Suns Psyker model from your army, then apply that ritual's effect using that Psyker. So you pick a Psyker on the table, you take a bunch out of your pool, out of your Cabal pool, that Psyker then does one of these 5 effects. The first one is Weaver of Fates for 2 points. This is just reroll save or something. So, start of any phase, during that phase, when a saving throw is failed for a 1,000 Suns model whose unit is within 18 of the Psyker, you can reroll the saving throw. You have Temporal Surge, that's 5 Cabal points. You use it at the start of your shooting phase. Select 1,000 Suns unit within 18 of the Psyker. Unless they're in engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, it can make a normal move. It's not eligible to charge if it does so, but notably this is at the start of the shooting phase. This is not any time during the shooting phase. So it's not move, shoot, move. It's just move, move again. As far as I'm reading that. So you got Echoes of the Warp. You got these 6 Cabal points to use this one. You use it at the start of any phase. And then once this phase, you can select the Psyker's unit as the target of a strat for 0 CP, even if you've already used it. So it gains a captain ability, basically. For 7 Cabal points, use this ritual at the start of your shooting phase, and select 1 enemy unit with an 18 and visible to the Psyker and roll a d6. On a 1, they suffer d3 mortal wounds. On a 2 to 5, they suffer d3 plus 3 mortal wounds. And on a 6, you suffer d3 plus 6 mortal wounds. So that's a pretty crazy one. Just good for damage output anyway. Then you have Twist of Fate. This is insane. 9 Cabal points. Use this ritual at the start of any phase. Select 1 enemy unit with an 18 and visible to the Psyker. Until the end of the phase, armor saving throws cannot be made for models in that unit. They just die. That is really crazy. So, that's what you got as your army rule. So no matter what your detachment is, you're always going to get these abilities. Your detachment rule that your codex or your index here comes with is a Kindred Sorcery. So in your command phase, you can select one of the abilities listed below to take effect until the start of your next command phase. So you got Malevolent Charge. This is psychic weapons equipped by 1,000 Suns models in your army have lethal hits, so 6 is auto wound. You have Psychic Maelstrom. Psychic weapons equipped by 1,000 Suns models from your army have sustained hits 1. And then Wrath of the Immateria. You have psychic weapons equipped by 1,000 Suns models from your army have devastating wounds. I think it's pretty obvious which one's the best one there. And that's the one you're going to take almost every single time. The stratagems. You got Psychic Domination as the first one. This is Epic Deed, 1 CP. It's at any phase. Just after an enemy selects its targets, you have to target the unit that was the target of those attacks. And then until the end of the phase, all attacks made against your unit with psychic weapons have hazardous. And all models in your unit have a Feel No Pain 4 plus against psychic attacks. It's very strange. It's good against Grey Knights. Destined by Fate, that's 1 CP, an Epic Deed. It's at any phase when a saving throw is failed for a 1,000 Sun Psyker model from your army, they take 0 damage. That's what it does. So you pick a dude like Magnus, he fails a save, 0 damage, 1 CP. Devastating Sorcery, Battle Tactics for 1 CP. This is in your shooting phase. 1,000 Suns Psyker unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot yet. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes a psychic attack, you can reroll the hit roll and you can reroll the wound roll. That's really good. The question is, how many psychic weapons are in the army? And the answer is, a lot. You got Ensorcelled Infusion, pretty sure that's how you say that. Strategic Ploy for 1 CP in your shooting phase. 1,000 Sun Psyker unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot. Until the end of the phase, all Inferno Bolt Pistols, Inferno Bolt Guns, Inferno Combi Bolters, Inferno Combi Weapons, equipped by models in your unit, have Psychic and Strength of 5. So, you can combine those. So, literally these two right here. You have Dev Wounds as your main ability. You give a unit Psychic, so all of its bolt guns are now Psychic. And then you reroll hits and wounds, and fish for those dev wounds. Sorceress Might. This is 1 CP, it's an epic deed. It's in your shooting phase, and you select the 1,000 Sun Psyker that has not been selected to shoot. Until the end of the phase, you add 9 to the range of psychic weapons equipped by the unit. And then Warp Might. 2 CP, Strategic Ploy. This is in your shooting phase. 1,000 Sun Psyker unit from your army, and 1 enemy unit that is visible to that unit. Until the end of the phase, each time a friendly 1,000 Sun Psyker model makes an attack with a psychic weapon that targets that enemy unit, that attack has indirect fire and ignores cover. Wow. So you could make something really good and ignore cover with indirect fire, rerolling hits and wounds with devastating wounds. Interesting. That's a lot to stack on one thing, but that's what you can do here. These are your enhancements. You got Lord of Forbidden Lore, 1,000 Sun Psyker only. The bearer can be selected to use a ritual even if another Psyker from your army has already been selected to use that ritual this phase. Okay, pretty good. 1,000 Sun Psyker for Athenian Scrolls. In your command phase, if the bearer is on the battlefield and not battle shocked, it generates you 1 additional Cabal point. Umbralific Crystal. 1,000 Sun model only once per battle. In your command phase, you can remove the bearer's unit from the battlefield. If you do, in the reinforcement step of your next movement phase, set that unit back up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches horizontally away from all enemy models. And then Arcane Vortex. 1,000 Sun model only. It doesn't have to be a Psyker, though. Add 1 to the strength and damage characteristic of psychic weapons equipped by the bearer. So, whatever. I like the teleport one. I like the use the same ritual again one. This one's okay. This one might be okay, depending on what you give it to, actually. So, there you go. Those are your enhancements. And here are the data sheets. Just kidding, there's a picture first. That's a pretty cool picture, even though it's got this thing going on. So, Ahriman is your first one. He moves 6, he's toughness 4 with a 3-up save and 5 wounds. He's leadership 6 and OC of 1. He's got a 4-up invuln, and he's got an Inferno Bolt Pistol. This is a one-shot, ballistic skill 2, strength 4, AP 1, damage 1 weapon. All the Inferno bolt weapons are pretty much the same. They have different range, different amount of shots, but they're all strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. He also has Psychic Stalk. It's precision and psychic. 18-inch range, one shot, also hitting on 2s, but only strength 6, AP 1, and damage D6. It's kind of poopy. And then he has the Black Staff of Ahriman. 5 attacks, weapon skill 2 in combat. Strength 7, AP 1, damage 3. He's a leader, he has Cabal of Sorcerers 3, and then Rubric Lord. While he's leading a unit, you add 1 to the wound roll, each time they make any kind of attack. Shooting, combat, doesn't matter. Arch Sorcerer of Tzeentch, once per battle, you can select this model to use a ritual for 0 Cabal points. If you do, all other rules for using the ritual still apply. That's really good. You could use, remove the armor save on somebody, and then do it again on somebody else that has that ability, that enhancement. Oh yeah. Or you could double move 2 units, stuff like that. Cool. Okay. So, Ahriman. He comes with an Inferno Bolt Pistol, his Psychic Stalk, and Black Staff of Ahriman. He can be attached to rubrics. He can't be with an army that has him and him on a disc, because he has 2 different variants. He's an infantry character, Epic Hero, Psyker, Chaos, Tzeentch. Then you have him on a disc. He's the same profile, except he moves 10, and he has a wounds of 6. He does have the same exact weapons with the same exact profiles. He's got the same exact stuff here, but while he's leading a unit, same. He's the same. He is the same. He's the same. Okay. The only difference is he has fly, and he's got that extra wound and movement. 1,000 Sun Land Raider, I guess we're doing this next. Moves 10, toughness 12 with a 2-up save and 16 wounds. Leadership 6, OC of 5. Has a Havoc Launcher as an option. It's a blast weapon, 48-inch range with D6 shots, hitting on 3s like all of its other guns except for the Inferno Combi weapon. But everything in the army is going to be hitting on 3s or 2s for shooting in combat, and except if it's an Inferno Combi bolt or whatever. Inferno Combi weapon, specifically that. It's always going to be like a different ballistic skill, it's worse. So, Havoc Launcher hits on 3s. Strength 5, AP 0, 1 damage, D6 shots, 48-inch range with blast. Inferno Combi Bolter, it's rapid fire 2, 24-inch range and 2 shots. It is strength 4 and AP 1 and damage 1, so pretty cool. So 4 shots within half range. AP is helpful. Inferno Combi Weapon, it's anti-infantry 4+, dev wounds and rapid fire 1. It's 24-inch range and just 1 shot. Strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. Soul Shatter Las Cannon, 48-inch range with 2 shots. Strength 12, AP 3 and damage D6 plus 1. And then Twin Inferno Heavy Bolter. This is sustained hits and twin linked. 36-inch range, 3 shots, strength 5, AP 2, damage 2. That extra AP on there is pretty nice. Armored Tracks is strength 8 and 6 attacks, and no one cares about that. Deadly Demise D6, it's got an assault ramp, so if it makes a move, like a normal move, you can still get out and charge from it, which is great. And if you damage it, so it has 1 to 5 wounds left, it's -1 to hit. It's got 2 Soul Shatter Las Cannons, a Twin Inferno Heavy Bolter, and Armored Tracks. It can transport 12 guys, and Terminators take up the space of 2, although it cannot transport Cultists or Zangors for some odd reason. At least I get the Zangors, kind of. Why not Cultists, though? It can be equipped with an Inferno Combi Weapon, an Inferno Combi Bolter, and a Havoc Launcher. It's a vehicle, transport, smoke, chaos, and Tzeentch. Alright, we got the Predator Annihilator. Thousand Suns Predator Annihilator, specifically. Because it has to be different somehow, which it's not. It's the same as a regular Chaos Thousand Suns and not Predator Annihilator. Its weapons are the same, except for like the Inferno Combi stuff. Moves 10, toughness 10, 3-up save, 11 wounds, leadership 6, OC 4. It's got a Havoc Launcher. Inferno Combi Bolter, same thing we just saw above. Inferno Combi Weapon, that's the same thing that we saw above. And then an Inferno Heavy Bolter, same exact thing we saw above, so an AP2 Heavy Bolter, pretty good. This has a Las Cannon, so strength 12, AP 3, damage D6 plus 1. And then Predator Twin Las Cannon, it's twin linked, 1 shot, strength 14, AP 3, D6 plus 1 damage. Each time this unit shoots at a monster or vehicle, you reroll a damage roll of 1 only. It has Deadly Demise D3, and if it has 1 to 4 wounds left, it's -1 to hit. So, it just has a Las Cannon, but you're always going to give it the 2 other Las Cannons, and probably actually the 2 Inferno Heavy Bolters. They're actually kind of good. It can be equipped with an Inferno Combi Bolter or an Inferno Combi Weapon and a Havoc Launcher. It's a vehicle, smoke, chaos, Tzeentch, Predator Annihilator. Then you have the Predator Destructor. Super duper boring stuff. It's the same thing. It's got a Predator Autocannon as its main gun. So rapid fire 2, 48-inch range, 4 attacks, so 6 attacks within 24. Strength 9, AP 1, damage 3. It's got Deadly Demise D3, and if this shoots at infantry, you add 1 to the armor penetration characteristic of that attack. So it's AP 2, damage 3. So, okay, it's alright. It's not great. It just comes with its autocannon and armored tracks. I actually didn't even talk about that because we really don't care. It's 3 attacks at strength 6, hitting on 4s. It takes 2 las cannons or 2 heavy bolters, and then it either takes the combi bolter or the combi weapon and a havoc launcher. It's got the same keywords, vehicle, smoke, chaos, Tzeentch, and then the rhino. This is your transport, and transports are really good this edition, so take these. That is so blue. It's like an aquamarine. Thousand Suns Rhino, 12-inch move with a toughness 9, 3-up save, 10 wounds, leadership 6, and OC of 2. Has a havoc launcher, so yeah. Inferno Combi Bolter, that's going to be your Storm Bolter, that's AP 1, so strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. Inferno Combi Weapon, that's your anti-infantry 4-up with dev wounds, and rapid fire 1, but only 1 shot at 24 inches, strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. Armored Tracks, like I said, 6 attacks, or 6 strength with 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. So this has Deadly Demise D3 and Firing Deck 2, so 2 little guys can shoot out of this thing. I don't think you have access to anything cool, maybe your psychic weapons. At the start of your command phase, this model regains 1 lost wound. All rhinos have that ability. And it comes with its Inferno Combi Bolter and Armored Tracks. You can take an Inferno Combi Bolter or a Combi Weapon and then the Havoc Launcher. It's a vehicle, transport, dedicated transport, so you must start guys inside it or it just dies. And then Smoke and Chaos, and then Tzeentch. Thousand Suns Chaos Spawn. These are different looking. They move 8, they're toughness 5 with a 4-up save and 4 wounds, leadership 7 and OC of 1. I'm pretty sure that's the same though. This is also the same, your hideous mutations, D6 plus 2 attacks, hits on 4, strength 5, AP 1, damage 2. They do have a feel no pain of 5-up, and then they have regenerating monstrosities at the start of each player's command phase. One model in the unit regains D3 lost wounds, and they have a 5-up invuln. They are Beasts, Chaos, and Tzeentch. They don't have any options, you just take them in units of 2 with their hideous mutations. Thousand Suns Vindicator. This moves 10, it's toughness 11 with a 2-up save and 11 wounds, leadership 6 and OC 3, so it's kind of durable with a 2-up save and toughness 11. It has a Demolisher Cannon. It's going to be a blast weapon at 24 inches, D6 plus 3 shots, strength 14, AP 3, and damage D6. Not a bad weapon. Havoc Launcher. So that's your strength 5, AP 0, 1 damage, D6 shot weapon. That's blast with 48-inch range. Inferno Combi Bolter, Inferno Combi Weapon. And then Armored Tracks with 3 attacks at strength 6, Deadly Demise D3. Siege Shield, when making ranged attacks with its Demolisher Cannon, it can target enemy units even if it's within engagement range of it, provided there's no friendly units also within engagement range of that enemy unit. In addition, when making ranged attacks, it does not suffer penalties to its hit rolls for being within engagement range. Get fucked. Boom. Point blank, dropping a bomb on your face. So don't charge this thing, because it will fuck your face real hard, and it's got a really, really wide penis. So, it's a Vehicle Smoke Chaos Tzeentch. It just has its Demolisher Cannon and Armored Tracks. It can take an Inferno Combi Bolter, an Inferno Combi Weapon, and a Havoc Launcher. Well, not all of them. It can take one of the 2 Bolters and the Havoc Launcher. Vehicle Smoke Chaos, we just went over that. Alright, so, Thousand Suns Defiler. This moves 8, it's toughness 10 with a 3+ save, but it has 14 wounds. It is leadership 6 and OC 5. It's got a Defiler Cannon, it's blast. So that's an extra shot for every 5 guys in the unit. 48-inch range, D6 plus 3 shots. Strength 10, AP 1, and damage 3. Havoc Launcher, Inferno Combi Bolter, Inferno Combi Weapon, Reaper Autocannon. So this is dev wounds and sustained hits 1, 36 inches with 4 shots. Strength 7, AP 1, damage 1. It's okay. Twin Heavy Flamer is strength 5, AP 1, damage 1, but it's a torrent weapon. It ignores cover, torrent, and twin linked because it's a Twin Heavy Flamer. So 12-inch range and D6 shots. Twin Inferno Heavy Bolter. This might actually be good. It's sustained hits 1 and twin linked with 36-inch range and 3 shots. It's a heavy bolter, but it's AP 2. So strength 5, AP 2, damage 2. That being sustained hits and twin linked, that might actually kill stuff. Then a Twin Las Cannon, 1 shot, strength 12, AP 3, D6 plus 1 damage at 48-inch range with reroll wounds with twin linked. Alright, so Deadly Demise D3. Scuttling Walker. It can move over friendly monsters and vehicles and terrain features that are 4 inches or less in height as if they weren't there. That's what that does. That's its ability. If it's damaged, 1 to 5 wounds. Subtract 1 from hit rolls. It does have a 5-up invuln. It comes with its Defiler Cannon, its Reaper Autocannon, Twin Heavy Flamer, and Defiler Claws. I kind of like it that way. Yep. So it can take either a Defiler Scourge or a Havoc Launcher. I didn't even go over its combat. So it's Defiler Claws or its combat weapon. That's 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Strength 16, AP 3, D6 plus 1 damage. And then its Scourge is extra attacks, or 3 attacks of Strength 12, AP 1, and only 2 damage. Not a huge fan of that, so I'd probably just keep the Flamer. Its autocannon can be replaced with a las cannon or an Inferno Heavy Bolter, which I'd probably take the Inferno Heavy Bolter on that. And it can be equipped with 1 Inferno Combi Weapon. It is a Vehicle Walker Demon Smoke Chaos Tzeentch. Alright, now we get on to some cool stuff. We're like halfway into the codex, and all we've gone through is like basic bitch marine stuff. Exalted Sorcerer. He moves 6, he's toughness 4 with a 3-up save and 5 wounds, leadership 6, and OC of 1. He looks awesome, look at him. He's doing some crazy dance move there. He looks like Michael Jackson or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, he has Astral Blast. This is a blast weapon. It has devastating wounds and psychic. It's got an 18-inch range and D6 shots. Hits on 2s. Everything he has hits on 2s except for his 1 combat weapon, but we'll get to that at the very last thing. So, his Blast of the Astralness. It's strength 6, AP 2, and damage D3. D6 shots. It's pretty fucking good. 18-inch range, so he just opens up his hand and things just die. Inferno Bolt Pistol. Strength 4, AP 1, damage 1, pistol. Plasma Pistol. It's better. Strength 7, AP 2, damage 1. Or Strength 8, AP 3, damage 2 if you overcharge that shit. Warp Flame Pistol, that's ignores cover and torrent. It's 12-inch range, D6 shots. Strength 3, AP 1, damage 1. Alright, so for melee. you got a force weapon. It's 5 attacks hitting on 2s, strength 6, AP 1, damage D3. Or you have the Proserpine Khopesh, which is 4 attacks, strength 5, AP 2, and damage 2. Yeah, it is better, but it hits on 3s, so that's the one that hits on 3s. His abilities are he's a leader. He's got a Cabal of Sorcerer 2. He has Arcane Shield. It's a psychic thing. While he's leading a unit, models in that unit have a 4-up invul. And then in your command phase, if this model is leading a unit, you can roll 1d6, and on a 1, they suffer D3 mortal wounds, the unit that is. But on a 2 to 5, you can return 1 destroyed bodyguard model to the unit, and on a 6, you can return 2 destroyed bodyguard models to the unit. He's just bringing them back to life. So that's what he does. He does have that 4-up invul, and he comes with his Astral Blast, Inferno Pistol, and Inferno Bolt Pistol, and a Force Weapon. His Bolt Pistol can be either a Warp Flame Pistol or a Plasma Pistol. Either one of those is better. And then he can be equipped with the Proserpine Khopesh. He can be attached to Rubric Marines, and he has Infantry, Character, Grenade, Psyker, Chaos, and Tzeentch. And then you have the same guy on a disc. He does have a different ability. He moves 12, he's Toughness 4 with a 3-up save and 6 wounds, so he's a little bit tankier. Leadership 6, OC 1, Arcane Fire, so this is Ignores Cover, and Torrent and Psychic. 18-inch range, D6 shots, Strength 6, AP 2, Damage D3, so that's awesome. Inferno Bolt Pistol, Plasma Pistol, Warp Flame Pistol, they're all the same as above, so your Plasma Pistol is Strength 7, AP 1, and Damage 1. I'm sorry, AP 2 and Damage 1, I don't know why I said AP 1. Or Strength 8, AP 3, and Damage 2, and gets hazardous if you overcharge it. Warp Flame Pistol is Strength 3, AP 1, Damage 1, but it's a flamer otherwise, so 12-inch range, D6 shots, ignores cover, torrent, and does have pistol, so you can shoot that in combat. For melee, he's got the same exact things. He either has a force weapon with 5 attacks on 2s, strength 6, AP 1, damage D3, or he has a Proserpine Khopesh, which is 4 attacks, strength 5, AP 2, damage 2, hitting on 3s. He has Cabal of Sorcerer 2 and Leader, and then Arcane Shield, so he still gives you a 4-up invuln if he leads a unit, but he has Binding Tendrils. At the end of your movement phase, you can select one enemy unit within 18 inches and visible to this Psyker and roll a d6. On a 1, the unit suffers D3 mortal wounds, like your unit that is, and on a 2+, the unit you selected halves the move characteristic of models in that unit, and they have the advance and charge rolls made for that unit. Insane ability. 4-up invuln. He has a Arcane Fire, Inferno Bolt Pistol, and Force Weapon. His Bolt Pistol can be a Plasma Pistol or a Warp Flame Pistol. Alright, his Khopesh can be a Khopesh. He can be equipped with a Khopesh. Oh, he just can take it. He can just take either one. Cool. He can be attached to Rubric Marines. He's got Infantry, Character, Fly, Psyker, Chaos, and Tzeentch. The Thousand Suns Forge Fiend. He looks pretty crazy. Moves 8, toughness 10. 3-up save, 12 wounds, leadership 6, and OC of 3. Got an Ectoplasma Cannon as a ranged weapon option, and a Hades autocannon. The Ectoplasma Cannon is blast with 36 inches. It's D3 shots, strength 10, AP 3, and damage 3. The Hades autocannon is just a flat 6 shots at 36 inches, strength 8, AP 1, damage 2. In combat, it has its Forge Fiend Claws, 3 attacks, strength 6, AP 0, damage 1, fucking garbage. And then it has its Forge Fiend Jaws, 5 attacks, strength 7, AP 0. 2 damage. Fucking garbage. Alright, so it's mainly a shooting unit, obviously. It's got Deadly Demise D3 and Blazing Salvos. In your shooting phase, after this model has shot, select one enemy unit that was hit by one or more of those attacks. Until the start of your next turn, that enemy unit is suppressed, and while they're suppressed, they subtract 1 from the hit. This thing subtracts 1 from its hit rolls if it's damaged, 1 to 4 wounds. It has a 5-up invuln. It's got 2 Hades autocannon and its Forge Fiend Jaws. Its 2 autocannons can be 2 Ectoplasma Cannons. Its Forge Fiend Jaws can be an Ectoplasma Cannon as well, so it can look like that. It's a Vehicle Walker Demon Chaos Tzeentch. Then you have the Hellbrute. So this guy moves 6 with toughness 9 and 2-up save. He's got 8 wounds and a leadership of 6, OC of 3. It also looks pretty awesome. It's got a heavy flamer, so ignores cover, torrent, 12-inch range, and D6 shots, strength 5, AP 0, or AP 1, damage 1. Hellbrute Plasma Cannon, this is always overcharged, so it's blast and hazardous, 36-inch range with D3 shots, strength 8, AP 3, damage 3. Inferno Combi Bolter, rapid fire 2, we know that. Missile Launcher, this is either frag or crack. The frag has blast, 48-inch range with D6 shots, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. The crack. Don't do crack, kids. It's got one shot, one opportunity to do D6 damage at strength 9 at AP2. It can take a multi-melta. It's melta 2 at 18-inch range, 2 shots, strength 9, AP4, D6 damage. Twin autocannon. It's a twin-linked autocannon. 48-inch range, 2 shots, strength 9, AP1, damage 3. Twin Inferno Heavy Bolter. Twin linked, sustained hits 1, 36-inch range with 3 shots, strength 5, AP2, damage 2, so rerolling wounds with that, and pretty good. Twin las cannon, twin linked, 1 shot, strength 12, AP3, D6 plus 1. For combat, it's got its combat weapon, which is 5 attacks, strength 6, AP0, damage 1. Hellbrute Fist, that's 5 attacks, strength 12, AP2, damage 3. Hellbrute Hammer, so this is 5 attacks, but it hits on 4s instead of hitting on 3s like everything. Strength 14, AP3, and D6 plus 1. Power Scourge, that's 8 attacks. Strength 7, AP1, damage 2, back to hitting on 3s. Deadly Demise 1, Arcane Knowledge, Amidst Babbling Insanity. Yeah, okay. Who wrote that? Fire them. Each time a friendly Thousand Suns Psyker model within 9 inches of this model is selected to use a ritual, you gain 1 Cabal point. That could be useful. Could be completely useless, depending on how you build your list. Hellbrute Fist, if it's equipped with 2 Hellbrute Fists, it's got twin linked, it's got a 5-up invuln, it's got a missile launcher, a multi-melta, and a combat weapon. Its multi-melta can be a plasma cannon, a twin autocannon, twin heavy bolter, twin las cannon, or just a Hellbrute Fist. Its missile launcher can be a Hellbrute Fist, a Hellbrute Hammer, or a Power Scourge. And then for each Hellbrute Fist that it's equipped with, it can have a Heavy Flamer or an Inferno Combi Bolter. Yeah, Vehicle Walker Chaos Tzeentch Hellbrute. Then you have the actual Hell Drake, the cool-ass looking dragon thing. This thing is awesome. I hope they never get rid of this thing. 20-inch move, toughness 9 with a 3-up save, 12 wounds, leadership 6, an OC of 0. Bale Flamer, it ignores cover, and it is Torrent. 12-inch range, D6 plus 3 shots, strength 6, AP1, damage 2. And then Hades Autocannon, 36-inch range, 6 shots, strength 8, AP1, damage 2. Helldrake Claws are its melee. It's anti-fly 2+, and devastating wounds. 5 attacks, strength 7, AP1, and damage 2. Not bad. Deadly Demise D3 and Hover. Then Flame Wreathed. Each time this model ends a normal move, you can select one enemy unit it moved over. During that move, until the end of the turn, they don't get cover. That's interesting. Okay. While it's damaged, so 1 to 4 wounds, it's -1 to hit, it has a 5-up invuln. It's equipped with its autocannon and its claws, and its autocannon can become a flamer. It is a vehicle, aircraft, fly, demon, chaos, Tzeentch. Infernal Master. He moves 6, he's toughness 4, 3-up save, 4 wounds. Leadership 6 and OC of 1. I feel like he should be summoning demons and stuff. He's Infernal Master. He has a bolt pistol, which hits on 2s. And then Screamer Invocation is his psychic power stuff. It's a Witchfire, so it's psychic and torrent, 18-inch range, 2 D3 shots at strength 6, AP2, and damage 1. Auto hitting, because it's torrent, so that's pretty interesting. And then if you overcharge it, it becomes hazardous, but you get 2 D6 shots instead. He also has a force weapon, which is psychic in combat. It's 4 attacks, strength 6, AP1, damage D3. He has leader, he has Cabal of Sorcerer 2, and then Malefic Maelstrom. While he's leading a unit, weapons equipped by models in that unit have sustained hits 1. And then Glimpse of Eternity. Once per turn, you can change the result of 1 hit, 1 wound, or 1 damage, or 1 saving throw for this model to a 6. So the unit has to be destroyed, or he just needs to be by himself for that to ever matter. Yeah, whatever. He's got 4 wounds at toughness 3, 3-up save. Like, what are you going to do? He's going to die. Alright, he's going to die very nicely. Infernal Master, he has a bolt pistol, a Screamer Invocation, and force weapon with no war gear options, and he can be attached to Rubric Marines. He has infantry character, grenades, Psyker, Chaos, Tzeentch, and Infernal Master. Then you got the big baddie himself, the guy who did nothing wrong, depending on your perspective there. This guy's an idiot. Magnus the Red. He is real strong, though. He moves 14 and toughness 11 with 2-up save, 16 wounds, leadership 5, OC of 6. He has Gaze of Magnus. That's devastating wounds and psychic. 24-inch range with 3 D3 shots. Hitting on 2s with everything. Strength 9, AP2, damage 3. Tzeentch's Firestorm, Blast Psychic, 24-inch range. D6 plus 3 shots. Strength 5, AP1, and damage 2. Then he has Blade of Magnus. This is his combat. It's got 2 different profiles. If you use the strike, it's devastating wounds, 7 attacks, strength 16, AP 3, and damage 3. If you use the sweep, it's 14 attacks at strength 8, AP 1, and damage 1. He's got Deadly Demise D6, Deep Strike, and then Cabal of Sorcerers 4. Unearthly Power at the start of the battle round. Select one of the abilities to the left, which we'll get to in a second. Until the end of the battle round, he has the ability. And then he has Lord of Planet of the Sorcerers. Okay, while a friendly Thousand Sun Psyker unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time that model makes an attack with a psychic weapon, add 1 to the hit roll and add 1 to the wound roll. So that's in shooting, that's in combat. Yeah, just anytime they make a psychic attack, add 1 to hit and add 1 to wound. That's insane. So, it affects himself. Oh my god. Dude, what? He's crazy. Okay, so the abilities that he gets to choose from at the beginning of the battle round are... Each time an attack is made against this Psyker, subtract 1 from the damage. That's Impossible Form. Treason of Tzeentch. At the start of your opponent's shooting phase, you can select one enemy unit within 24 inches invisible to the Psyker. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in that unit have hazardous. And then Time Flux. While a friendly Thousand Sun unit is within 6 of the Psyker, add 2 to the move characteristic of models in that unit. So he's got no war gear. He must be your warlord. He has the Gaze of Magnus, Tzeentch's Firestorm, and the Blade of Magnus. He's a Monster Psyker Fly character, Epic Hero, Demon, Chaos, Tzeentch, Primarch. Okay. Alright. Thousand Suns Mauler Fiend is next. Moves 10, toughness 10, 3-up save, 12 wounds, leadership 6, OC 3. It's got a Magma Cutter maybe. I think you replace its Lasher Tendrils with that. Magma Cutter, it's Melt to 2 with a 6-inch range, 2 attacks, strength 9, AP 4, damage D6. So 2 extra damage if you're within 3 inches. But it gets like 2 of these. You can get 4 shots with these. It's not bad. Lasher Tendrils are combat, it's extra attacks, 6 of them, strength 7, AP 1, damage 1. And then Mauler Fiend Fist, it's got 6 attacks, a strength 14, AP 2, and damage D6 plus 1. It's okay. Get 4 hits with it, hitting on 3s. Deadly Demise D3, and then Prophetic Hunters. You can target this unit with the Heroic Intervention Stratagem for 0 CP, and you can do so even if a different unit's been targeted by it. 1 to 4 wounds, they are -1 to hit, and they have a 5-up invuln. They have Lasher Tendrils and Fists, and you can replace the Lasher Tendrils with 2 Magma Cutters. They are a Walker, a Vehicle, a Demon, a Chaos, a Tzeentch. Alright, so this Mutilith Vortex Beast, this thing is cool. It's really cool looking. Is it any good? It moves 10, it's toughness 10, it's got a 4-up save, it's got 13 wounds, leadership 6, and OC 4. Its ranged weapon is just a Warp Vortex thing that has 3 different profiles you choose from. The first one is Blast, 24-inch range, D6 plus 3 shots, strength 9, AP 2, damage 2. Hit seems good off the bat. Okay, Warp Vortex Beam, devastating wounds, 1 shot, strength 18, AP 4, D6 plus 6 damage. Okay, and then you got the Torrent. This is Ignores Cover Torrent, 12-inch range with 2 D6 shots, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. The first 2, pretty good, right? Am I crazy? Potentacled Maw. It's got 15 attacks at strength 7, AP 0, and damage 1. And then Mutilith Claws, 5 attacks at strength 9, AP 2, and damage 4. Its Potentacled Maw isn't extra attacks. Deadly Demise D6, Feel No Pain 5+. Okay, so it's pretty hard to kill. Feel No Pain 5+ with 13 wounds. And it goes Boomo. Mutating Vortex is an aura. At the end of your movement phase, roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within 6 inches of this model. On a 2 to 3, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound. On a 4 to 5, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. On a 6, you suffer D6 mortal wounds. And then you take a Battle Shock test. Oh my god. Okay, these things are pretty cool. Immaterial Flare. While a friendly Thousand Sun Psyker unit is within 6 of this model, each time that unit makes a ritual, you can double the range of the ritual. What? These things are crazy. Yo, take 3 of them. I think they're 165 points right now. Yeah, take 3 of these things. That'll change over time, because that's why we're not going over points, is because they constantly change. But this is right now is 165 points. Check out our Tactica video about the Thousand Suns. We will definitely be going over this unit. Alright, so it's got its Warp Vortex, its Maw, and its Claws. No war gear, just a Monster Demon Chaos Tzeentch. Then we got Rubric Marines. It's a very fancy looking gun. Looks like it's from the 1800s. Looks awesome. They move 5 and are toughness 4 with a 3-up save and 2 wounds, leadership 6, OC of 2, and they do have a 5-up invuln. They have Inferno Bolt pistols, or at least somebody has one. Inferno Bolt guns, so those are 2 shots at 24 inches, just always 2 shots. Strength 4, AP 1, and damage 1, not bad. Plasma pistol, Soul Reaper cannon, that's dev wounds at 24 inches. It's 6 shots, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. Warp Smite, and this is going to be on the leader guy, this guy here, your sorcerer leader. Anti-infantry 4+, dev wounds, pistol, and psychic. 18-inch range with 2 shots, strength 4, AP 3, and damage 1. And then Warp Flame pistol, that's the flamer pistol, strength 3, AP 1, damage 1. And then a regular Warp Flamer, this is also ignores cover and torrent, not a pistol, but 12-inch range, d6 shots like you'd expect. It's strength 4 and AP 1, damage 1. For combat, they either get 2 attacks, well, they all just get 2 attacks, at strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. The leader has the force weapon, which is psychic, with 3 attacks, strength 6, AP 1, damage d3. They do have Cabal of Sorcerers 1, and that's the aspiring sorcerer model only, and then Bringer of Change. Each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack, reroll a wound roll of 1. If the target of that attack is within range of an objective marker you do not control, you can reroll the wound roll instead. And then Icon of Flame. Each time a model in the unit makes a ranged attack, if a critical wound is scored, improve the armor penetration by 1. So that's pretty cool. You can get things to AP 2 if you roll 6s to wound. They come in units of 5 to 10. The Sorcerer has the Inferno Bolt pistol, the Warp Smite, and the Force weapon. Everyone else just has a bolt gun and close combat weapons. The Inferno Bolt pistol on the Sorcerer dude can be a Plasma pistol or a Warp Flame pistol, and then any number of guys can have their Inferno Bolt gun replace the Warp Flamer. One guy can have a Soul Reaper cannon, and one guy can have an Icon of Flame. So you're going to take it on the Sorcerer, I assume. So all models have Infantry, Battle Line, Chaos, and Tzeentch, Rubric Marines, and the Aspiring Sorcerer has Psyker. So, then you got your Scarab Occult Terminators. These are also pretty darn good. They move 5, toughness 5 with a 2-up save and a 4-up invuln. 3 wounds, leadership 6, OC 1. They can take heavy warp flamers, that's ignores cover and torrent. Strength 5, AP 2, damage 1 with d6 shots and 12-inch range. Hellfire missile rack, 36-inch range, 2 shots. Strength 10, AP 2, flat damage 3. I like it. Inferno Combi Bolter, we know what those do. And then the Soul Reaper Cannon, that's dev wounds, so 24-inch range, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1 with 6 shots. So basically just a ton of guns. And then Warp Smite, anti-imagery 4-up, dev wounds, pistol psychic. 3 shots on this one. I don't know if that's a typo, but it's the same thing as the above profile and name is. 3 shots, strength 4, AP 3, damage 1, anti-infantry 4-up, dev wounds, pretty good. They have a melee. They have force weapons. 4 attacks, strength 6, AP 1, damage D3. That's going to be on the sergeant. And then your Prosperine Kopesh, 3 attacks, strength 5, AP 2, damage 2. Deep Strike. And then Cabal of Sorcerers 1, but just on the sorcerer guy that's in the unit. And then Implacable Guardians. While this unit contains one or more Psyker models, each time an attack is made against this unit, if the strength characteristic of the attack is greater than the toughness, subtract 1 from the wound roll. So they're just really durable. Yeah. Units of 5 to 10, they all have Inferno Combi Bolters, and this guy, the Sorcerer, he's got Warp Smite and a Force weapon. Everyone else is rocking those Prosperine Kopesh. The Occult Sorcerer's Inferno Combi Bolter can be a Kopesh. And then for every 5 dudes in the unit, 1 Inferno Combi Bolter can be replaced with a Heavy Warp Flamer or a Soul Reaper Cannon. And then for every 5 models in the unit, 1 dude can take a Hellfire Missile Rack. So pretty awesome. You take 10 of these guys, you get like 2 Soul Reaper Cannons, 2 Hellfire Missile Racks. These guys get to keep their Bolter. So a bunch of Bolters in there. Make them Psychic, give them reroll hits and wounds. Fuck some shit up. They have Infantry, Terminator, Sorcerer, Tzeentch. And then the guy, the Occult Sorcerer, has the Psyker keyword. Okay, so Thousand Sun Sorcerer is next. He's just your basic bitch Sorcerer. He's the lowest on the totem pole. He can cast, he's the worst hairy wizard that you've ever met. He moves 6. He's toughness 4 with a 3+ save and 4 wounds. He's leadership 6 and OC 1. He has Fires of the Abyss. It's a pistol, it's psychic, it's sustained, it's 3. Range of 12 with 2d6 shots. Hits on 2 with everything except for combat. Strength 5, AP 1, damage 1. Okay, so he's got that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Plasma Pistol, Inferno Bolt Pistol, Warp Flame Pistol. All the stuff that we know and love at this point. Force weapon, 4 attacks in combat, strength 6, AP 1, damage D3. It's the same as it's always been. Leader, Cabal of Sorcerers 1. Yeah, he's a little pussy. Empiric Guidance. While this model is leading a unit, weapons equipped by models in that unit have lethal hits. And then Illusions of Tzeentch. Man, fuck that. Lethal hits? Man, you want those dev wounds. Lethal hits, ignore your dev wounds. Illusions of Tzeentch. While this model is leading a unit, it can only be selected as a target of a ranged attack if the attacking model is within 12. Okay, not a bad ability. He's got a 5-up invuln. He has Fires of the Abyss, an Inferno Bolt Pistol, and a Force Weapon. He can be attached to Rubric Marines, and then his Bolt Pistol can be a Plasma Pistol or a Warp Flame Pistol. He has Infantry, Character, Psyker, Grenades, Chaos, and Tzeentch. You got the Thousand Sun Sorcerer in Terminator Armor next. Moves 5, Toughness 5 with a 2-up save, 4-up invuln, and 5 wounds. Leadership 6, OC 1. He's got his I don't even know. Coruscating Flames. It's anti-monster 4+, anti-vehicle 4+, dev wounds, and psychic. Alright, 3 attacks at 18 inches. Hits on 3s. Strength 4, AP 3, damage 2. That's an interesting little thing there. Inferno Combi Bolter, Rapid Fire 2, we know that. Inferno Combi Weapon, anti-infantry 4-up dev wounds, we know that one. For combat, he's got a Force Weapon with 5 attacks hitting on 3s, Strength 6, AP 1, damage D3, and then Prosperine Kopesh, that's going to be 4 attacks hitting on 3s, Strength 5, AP 2, damage 2. He has Deep Strike and Leader and a Cabal of Sorcerers 2. He also gives lethal hits to the unit that he's leading, and then in your shooting phase, you can select one enemy unit within 18 inches invisible to this model until the end of the turn. Each time a friendly Thousand Suns model makes an attack that targets that unit, reroll a hit roll of 1. He has a 4-up invuln, we know. Alright. He's got Coruscating Flames, Inferno Combi Bolter, and Force Weapon. Sometimes I just can't even get these words out, these crazy names of things. He can be attached to the Terminator unit, and his Inferno Combi Bolter can be a combi weapon or a Prosperine Kopesh. He's an infantry character, Psyker, Terminator, Chaos, Tzeentch. Alright, so then you got your Thousand Suns Cultists. They move 6, they're toughness 3 with a 6-up save and 1 wound. Leadership 7 and OC of 1. They do have a 6-up invuln. They have Cultist firearms. They're las guns. 24-inch range, 1 shot. BS 4 on these guys. Strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. Flamer, Strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. 12-inch range, D6 shots. It ignores cover torrent. Grenade launcher. It's got either a frag or crack. So the frag is blast, 24 inches. D3 shots, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. The crack is bad. And it's strength 9, AP 2, and damage D3. 24-inch range. Heavy stubber, rapid fire 3. 36-inch range with 3 shots. Strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. And then brutal assault weapons. They're brutal. They're strength 3, AP 0, and 1 damage. They got 2 attacks hitting on 4s. Fucking brutal. Scout 6 inches, so that makes them useful. And then Pawns of Fate. Each time this unit destroys an enemy unit, roll 1. Yeah, like that's ever gonna fucking happen. Roll 1d6, and on a 2+, you can gain 1 CP. That's pretty good. When this unit is destroyed, roll dice, and on 2+, you gain 1 CP. Okay. They're actually pretty good. Scout them up 6 inches, block some stuff off, gain CP. I like it. They come in units of 10 to 20. They all have firearms and brutal assault weapons. For every 10 models in the unit, 1 guy can have a flamer, 1 guy can have a heavy stubber, and 1 guy can have a grenade launcher. Their infantry character is Tzeentch. Demon Prince of the Thousand Suns variety. He moves 7 to toughness 10 with a 2-up save and 10 wounds. He's got leadership 6 and OC of 3 with an infernal cannon. I feel like this is a typo. 24-inch range, 6 shots. BS 2, strength 5, AP 1, damage 2. He has 6 shots? I think that should be 3. Hellforged weapons. Psychic and, it's got 2 different profiles. 6 attacks hitting on 2s. Strength 8, AP 2, damage 3. 14 attacks hitting on 2s. Strength 6, AP 0, damage 1. Deadly Demise D3 and Cabal of Sorcerers 2. Weave of Fates. Once per battle, at the start of any phase, you can select 1 friendly Rubric Marines or Scarab Cult Terminators within 6 of this model until the end of the phase. Weapons equipped by models in that unit have the Precision ability. Okay. That could definitely wipe out a character as long as you can see them. That's the restriction for Precision, and that counts in combat somehow. This game's fucking dumb. Yeah, it's a good ability, though. Glamour of Tzeentch. This is while a friendly Thousand Suns unit is within 6 inches of this model. models in that unit have the stealth ability, so -1 to be hit. He's got a 4-up invuln, so that's pretty good. -1 to be hit if you're within 6, I like it. He just comes with his Infernal Cannon and Hellforged weapons. He's got no war gear options. He's a monster character. He's a Demon Psyker. He's a Chaos Tzeentch. 1,000 Suns Demon Prince with wings. Moves faster at 11, but it's not as tough at toughness 9, with a 2-up save, 10 wounds, leadership 6, and OC of 3. His Infernal Cannon is the same. It's also got 6 shots at strength 5, AP 1, damage 1. His Hellforged weapons are the same, strength 8, AP 2, damage 3, with 6 attacks on 2s, or 14 attacks on 2s at strength 6, AP 0, damage 1, deadly demise D3, and Cabal of Sorcerers 2. And then Sorceress Fire. Each time this model ends a normal move, you can select one enemy unit it moved over, roll 96. For each 6, you suffer 1 mortal wound. And then Aether Stride. At the end of your opponent's turn, if this model is not within engagement range of any enemy unit, you can remove it from the battlefield. Then, in the reinforcement step of your next movement phase, set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches horizontally away from all enemy models. If it ends the battlefield and it's not on the battlefield, it's destroyed. Or yeah, if it ends the battle. And you must bring it in next turn. Great. Alright, so he also has no war gear options. He just has his Infernal Cannon and his Hellforged weapons. He is a monster character, Demon Psyker Fly, Chaos Tzeentch. Zangor Enlightened. So these are some like basic guys, some battle line, not actually battle line guys, but battle line guys. They move 10, their toughness 4 with a 5-up save and a 6-up invuln, 2 wounds. Alright, leadership 7 and OC of 2. They have auto pistols and then Fate Caster Great Bow. So maybe these are guys that are fly around. These might not be the ones I was thinking about. These are not the regular guys. But their auto pistols are strength 3, AP 0, damage 1, and it's 1 fucking shot. No one fucking cares about an auto pistol. You care about the Great Bow. It's lethal hits and precision, 30-inch range. Why? It's so strange. No, it's not. 30 is fine. 2 shots. Strength 5, AP 1, and damage 2, with 2 shots hitting on 4s there. Yeah. Alright, so Chainsword in combat, 4 attacks, weapon skill 4 on everything. Strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Basic close combat weapon, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1, with just 2 attacks. And then Divining Spear, Lance, and Precision. 3 attacks, strength 5, AP 2, and only damage 1. Malign Trickery is their ability once per turn. When an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback move within 9 inches of this unit, if this unit is not within engagement range of any enemy units, it can make a normal move up to D6 inches, as if it were your movement phase. Okay. You take them units of 3 to 6, they all have a Divining Spear, and they can replace that Divining Spear with an auto pistol and a chainsword, or a great bow and a close combat weapon. They have Mounted Fly Chaos Tzeentch. So then you have your Shaman. So he's the one that leads those guys, I'm assuming. Moves 10, toughness 4 with a 5-up save, and a 6-up invuln. 4 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 1. They have Mutating Orbs, Blast, Devastating Wounds, Psychic, 18-inch range, D6 shots, hitting on 3s for this guy, for both shooting and combat. His Mutating Orbs are strength 9, AP 0, and damage 1. Really weird. Shaman Stave. That's 3 attacks. That's strength 5, AP 1, and damage 3. It's a psychic combat weapon. He's a leader. He's Cabal of Sorcerers 1, Dark Blessing. While he's leading a unit, that unit has a Feel No Pain 5+. And then Bestial Prophet. While this model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. Alright, so he gets his dudes hitting on 3s, and he hits on 2s. Fine. He has Mutating Orbs and a Shaman Stave. He can't take any war gear options, but he can be attached to Zangors or Zangor Enlightens. He's mounted, character Fly, Psyker, Chaos, and Tzeentch as well. And then you have just the regular Zangors. This is the very, very last unit, I believe. These guys move 6. They are toughness 4 with a 6-up save and wound of 1. They do have a 6-up invuln. Their leadership 7 and OC of 2. They have auto pistols, so whatever, for fucking las pistol. For combat, they can get chain swords and Zangor blades. Chain swords, 3 attacks, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage. Hit on 4s in combat as well, as well shooting. And then Zangor blades, they're 2 attacks, strength 5, AP 1, damage 1. Relic Hunters, at the end of your command phase, roll 1d6 for each objective marker you control that has 1 or more units from your army with this ability within a range of it. For each 4+, you gain 1 Cabal point. Their war gear is a Herd Banner and a Brayhorn. The Herd Banner says you can reroll battle shocks taken for this unit, and the Brayhorn says you can reroll advance and charge rolls made for the bearer's unit. That's a good one. These guys have a Twist Bray as a sergeant, and then either 9 other guys or 19 other guys, so units of 10 to 20. Zangor Blades, A number of models can have their Zangor blades replaced with auto pistol chainsword. One Zangor not equipped with a herd banner can be equipped with a Brayhorn. One Zangor not equipped with a Brayhorn can be equipped with a herd banner. So you take both of those and you just keep your strength 5 AP 1 damage 1 weapon, reroll charges, reroll battle shocks, do stuff with these guys. And that's it. So that has brought us to the end of the Space Wizard Codex, and I hope you guys liked it. If you did, thanks so much for watching until the end here. You guys are the absolute best, and I really appreciate you spending your time watching my shit. Leave a comment down below. Tell us what you thought about the Thousand Suns. A lot of their stuff is actually pretty interesting, I think. They're very hard to play, though, so they're not really my kind of army, but a lot of their stuff can be really, really good. I could see that in like the right hands, at least. Make sure that you warp fire that like button, and that you also subscribe to Theory Hammer, hit the bell icon, and also check out our other videos. We got a bunch of other playlists, we have a bunch of other videos out there, and we release content pretty regularly. So, with that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Good fucking bye.